And we're live.
That kind of snuck up on me. So much faster now, so much more in time.
It is. Welcome to the Pivot.
As Jared said, welcome to the Pivot. We are in week 7 of the NFL, is that correct?
Week 7.
Which makes this week 8 of the Pivot. We are live from Crybaby Hill Studios. We're brought to you by, let's make sure we see this, Vast Bank. Everyone?
I love it.
Vast
Yeah,
Bank.
Vast Bank.
Who's the executive producer, guys?
Toby Biocchini.
Right? Yeah. Did I get all that part of it right?
I think so.
So far, so good.
Anything else? And that's the Juice. We're here with the Juice, with Jared, formerly known as Jam Master Jay, back when we liked him. And had cute nicknames for him. Now he's just Jared.
Yeah.
So anyway,
When are we going to get a producer insertion? That's the number one
I thought we did
question.
get a producer insertion. I have notes here that I keep, and I thought we got the insertion. Or did you say it counted or it wasn't?
No, when I used it, we switched off of it on Sunday.
So that it didn't. It was a
Yeah,
shake off.
Yeah, it was a shake off.
So it's a
Maybe this
push.
is the week.
Yeah.
I think I have a lock and load this week. But before we do any of that, let's hindsight 2020. Show team not so good again.
Not as bad as it has been. We had 117
We'll take it.
points,
Triple
point
digits.
18.
We'll take
Yep.
Hey,
So that's progress.
yes.
The title of the show this week is Road to Redemption. So that's what
Nice.
we're
That
doing.
was one of our first show names.
Road to Redemption.
Yeah, because then we played that Johnny Cash song. as
Oh,
the
yeah.
intro.
Yep. I remember that.
Going back to the roots.
Yeah, we need to. Good news is I'm holding up the last place spot for everybody. Taking some chances. I think I didn't look at the rankings this week, but I'm assuming I'm last. And the great part about that is
You've already won.
I won a week.
Yeah, you won a week.
And I'm still last.
It's all
I don't
good.
even know that's possible. How is that mathematically possible? But
You've found a way.
anyway, I'm taking chances. I had I hit the Skylar Thompson button. Did everybody see the game Bridgewater produced
Can
after?
I say something, though, about
That was a genius play.
Well, I
Thanks.
mean,
Thank you. You're
He
welcome.
was killing it before he got injured.
He was.
He had like 90 yards
Did
passing.
you watch the first drive of the Miami game?
I did.
He threw for like 140 yards. They had 5 penalties. Every time he got it first and goal, penalty.
Man,
It was terrible.
he looked good.
And then he just hurt a finger. And then Bridgewater throws for 300 yards, a touchdown. I think he rushes for one. Anyway, I was on to something there. We were going to sneak up on you. I would have definitely got 27th place if he had panned out.
I did 4 or 5 lineups to Millionaire Maker. The only one that made money was the one that I built with Skylar Thompson.
Well, why don't you just go ahead and tell us who was the person who won?
Yes,
What did they
let's
do?
go to the millionaire lineup.
Yeah, what was it?
All right. At quarterback, it was Joe Burrow.
Yep.
Who else? Juice had that. That's Juice's quarterback.
Yeah. And then at running back, we had Alvin Kamara. And
Nowhere near that. You had that too, didn't you? No, the guy who won Ray's League had that. Okay.
and then Deion Jackson for the Colts.
I don't know how I missed him. I didn't even consider him.
You know,
He had
Yeah.
a combined like 6 points going into that game, though, right?
yeah, that was, I mean, obviously hindsight's 2020, but I mean, I guess it was a good sort of pivot off of Eno Benjamin.
Yeah, for a guy who's willing to
Yeah,
roll the
yeah,
dice over
yeah,
here,
yeah.
I don't know why I wasn't rolling the Jackson dice last
Yeah,
night.
it's interesting. Like you said, Burrow then Kamara, right?
Yeah.
Burrow, Kamara, Deion Jackson so far.
So far I had Burrow, Kamara,
Yeah. I
and
told-
Benjamin.
Benjamin. Okay. Then we had Smith Schuster for Kansas
Where's
City.
that come from? That one.
I know that's not where I thought it was going to go. Waddle for Miami.
Okay.
Ayuk, San Francisco.
Yeah, he had a great game.
Tanyan, Green
Another
Bay.
great game.
Jamar Chase at the flex.
Another great. Julio had that guy.
And then the Cardinals at defense.
Did not
14
have
points.
Did not have them.
So,
Yeah, that was a tough one. I'm never getting to that lineup. I just want to say.
Look,
But
guys,
there's
we-
some weeks where I'm just never going to win.
yeah.
We just ran unlucky last week. For Geno Smith to put up the game that I about killed my TV that day.
Really.
I was just watching that game going like,
It's like we keep missing. Like
what
I
are they-
start. What's his name for Atlanta, and he goes off last week,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I have a auction league. My starting quarterbacks at this season, I paid $6 for the two combined were Mariota and Matt Ryan. And guess who was not starting either Mariota or Matt Ryan yesterday? That was Sunday. So $6. I got the 2 perfect quarterbacks for that.
And you didn't.
No,
No,
they were on.
bench.
I had to waiver them back onto my team because I had already cut them.
That sucks.
Anyway, it's been a tough week. It's been a tough year. Period.
Yeah,
It's been tough for everybody.
That's
Not
what
just
I'm
us.
saying.
I mean,
low scoring overall.
I didn't listen to any of the much this week, so I haven't heard people's.
Gilcast, they all lost in cash.
Okay.
We crushed cash.
Yes, we had another great. We pressed. We're even. We're not. We're now just about to make money from here on out. So we're cash game. We're doing great. I don't know why I haven't just given in and started using the cash lineup in Race. I have this idea that I'm gonna get like 250. I don't care. I just want 250. Right.
Yeah.
At some point, I just want to be like.
Cash
Well, if
is
you would have
like-
got 250, the Millionaire Maker only got 224 points
Yeah,
last
been
night.
low.
Well, he sucks. I want to. One of these weeks, I want to walk in and be like, "You guys didn't get 250." I don't know what you were thinking.
That cash lineup is like sex with a condom. You know, it's like it's good, but it can be better.
The easiest lineup we ever built was year one, the last week of the season. And we ended up switching because Gardy had some of the same plays, but that lineup was it killed it. Like
Yeah.
250,
It did.
like, it just crushed. And
did.
I mean, it took us like 5 minutes to build. This has been a tough to put together. Anyway, quit making excuses. Let's move on. Let's check out where the crab's going to be this week. Who's going to have what games are going to have the points? A little hindsight on I took the Jets game. That did not go over 50. That Cincinnati New Orleans game was, I think, the one you took, right?
Yes.
And
Yep.
that crushed 50. I think you both took it, and then somebody else gave another pick. Anyway, you guys were right. I didn't play anything from that game, so good job.
I didn't really play much from that game either, even though it's because I was too focused on Arizona Seahawks and Chiefs and Buffalo.
Kansas City, Buffalo did not pan out.
Nope. Not as,
Which we were on. We said
which you were on.
We said that game.
I
was
just
going
could
to
not
disappoint.
fade it. You faded it altogether, right?
Yeah, for the most part, I think I did. Yeah.
Did you play any component of it?
I played some Kelsey.
Yeah.
You know, here
In
and there.
Raise League, you didn't, though, right? You faded.
I believe I faded it. Yes.
Yeah, I played Kelsey in Race League, so
yeah, I played. Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
I faded it all.
Or we
together.
did.
I am zigging when you should zag, and not zagging when you should zig, whatever.
That's part of it, though, man. I mean, that's part of DFS. It's like
Oh, I
you
know. I mean, I'm still confident I'm going to hit 250. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, it might take me a few weeks to get here. Okay, let's go back to it one more time. I got in the way of it. This is our 50-cent piece segment where we discuss the games this week that are projected by the boys in Vegas to go over 50. We'll also give you our picks of games that might not be projected to go over 50, but we think that are going to go over 50. And we do this in our format where we guess and we get it wrong almost all the time, especially if your name is Jared.
No, I got it right last week.
Okay, except for last week. So back to your losing ways, Jared. Which game do you think? So
I'm going to ask you guys this
there's not many this
number.
week.
Give me both of you guys. Give me a number.
I'm pretty sure it's one.
Okay.
I'll go with 2.
Okay.
Maybe a second one. Who's right?
You are.
One.
Wow.
And is it Seattle Chargers?
Very good.
Wow, we're done.
Man.
Seattle Chargers, nice.
You can sit this one out, Jared. I got this.
This is like the Seinfeld episode when George says a joke that kills it and he just walks out. It's like, I'm
Yeah,
done.
I
I'm
would
outta
have. I mean, if we didn't have a team to build, I mean.
here. Costanza's out.
Okay, since we know there's only one, Jared, you got to have a game. Who are you?
I'm gonna guarantee I know what this game
Good.
is.
Say it.
The Detroit game.
That's it. That's the one.
So
See,
Jared is
I know everyone's tendencies here.
Jared is projecting Detroit, Dallas to be
Yes.
over 50.
Oh, yeah.
Take 2.
Part 2.
Part 2.
We can kind of see ourselves.
Part duh.
Anyway, we had a little break in the action there. We were, I think, talking about 50-cent pieces, right?
Yeah, we were.
Yep.
And I had predict. Luckily, I take show notes now. Jared's sneaky pick was Detroit, Dallas, of course, and mine was Atlanta, Cincinnati. I don't know that you ever gave us a sneaky one, Julio. Did you have a?
I did not. I was actually when we cut off. You were asking about the Raiders, Texans.
Yeah, if that was
45.5.
it's not bad.
Not bad. Jared and I were kind of talking before the show. I don't like this slate that much.
I can admit I don't love this slate.
I will say the Chiefs Niners could shoot out a little bit. 40.5.
I think Baltimore Cleveland has some chance.
Yeah, I was looking at that game too. Baltimore, Cleveland. I like that one.
Yep.
Jared, who's coming live from the closet, Emmy's place.
Yep.
After we're having a little malfunction on the camera today. Which one you like? Which one did you say you like, Jared? Cincinnati, Cleveland,
Yep,
Baltimore.
Cleveland, Baltimore. I feel like that has a chance to be a 50 cent piece.
Okay, well now that we know which games are scoring points, let's try to guess the chalk, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
For those who may be new to the show, this is the weekly tradition where Jared and I, who have not looked, I can honestly say I don't look before the show, at any of the ownership percentages, and we try to guess who everybody's going to be playing this week. We generally get it really wrong. Though we're on a hot streak today.
I don't agree with that. You guys have been doing pretty well lately.
That's true. Okay. I'm going to get, Jared,
We're going to start a quarterback,
We're
right?
going to start a quarterback.
Can I make a prediction?
Yes.
Sure.
I think you guys will not do very well
Okay.
at
Well,
quarterback.
Okay.
I also think that the first pick is really going to piss you guys off.
who the number one
projected
play of the week?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to guess the guy because I just want to get his name out of my mouth because I don't know how Derek Carr is only 5,900 this week. To me, that's going to be the highest percentage owned play by far. Maybe not yet. I just don't know how to build a lineup where 5,900 Derek Carr is. It's Derek Carr, right?
Does Derek Carr elicit anger out of you? Or?
No, it's just
Okay.
that he's so cheap, and he's a guy that throws for 302 touchdowns pretty easily, right?
Yeah.
Something that I would love for my quarterback recently. My quarterbacks get nothing recently, so how wrong am I on?
You're not, but I'm going to wait for Jared to
So
guess.
I'm looking for the guy that's going to piss me off the most, and it's PJ Walker.
That's a good guess.
And why does PJ Walker piss you off the most?
If he's number one overall, that'll piss me off.
I guess I should have maybe explained a little better. Okay, so number one is our boy Geno Smith.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow, the guy.
I
who
see where you're
pisses
coming
me
from.
off,
Yep.
like big time, because he should have been there last week.
Yeah.
Number two is Justin Herbert,
Gino, by the way, is playing who this week?
the Chargers.
The Chargers. Okay. And Herbert's too?
Yeah.
Oh,
so that number one and number two come from the same game.
Herbert, who is sitting at the 7,200 mark, that's not real expensive for
No.
Herbert. Definitely playable, right?
Yeah. Derek Carr is number three.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Carr will be number one by the time this is all said and done.
Lamar Jackson is fourth.
At
Joe
the
Burrow.
highest price quarterback.
Yes. Joe Burrow is fifth. Dak Prescott sixth. Brady seventh. Mariota eighth. Mahomes 9, and Daniel Jones rounds out.
So
the
where's
top 10.
PJ Walker on that?
PJ Walker? I'm not going to count down that far.
He's the 32nd.
He doesn't really anger me that much, but he's way down there.
All right. I didn't want to play him anyways.
So I think before we get into lineups, I think there's an obvious spend up in Lamar. And then there's a lot of quarterbacks that are grouped sort of in a
The
similar
same.
price range. Okay, so let's go to.
I guess I shouldn't be so surprised that Carr's 5,900 if Aaron Rodgers is only 6,000 and Tom Brady's only 6,300. It seems like they've got some price down quarterbacks this week.
Yeah, I mean,
They give you a little break on the quarterback pricing. Golf coming at 5,800 is pretty cheap.
Yeah, I
Dak
like
Prescott
that.
6,700. I mean, that's pretty cheap too.
Are you shocked that Jared likes Jared Goff at 5,800?
No, I mean, I wonder what receiver he's going to pair him with.
Yeah.
Let's see. So let's go to running back. I think if you guys slow your roll, take your time, you guys will figure this out.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Eckler.
I wish you'd slow down a little bit further. But okay, Jared.
I think Josh Jacobs.
Good guess.
Okay.
Number two.
Nice.
You want to go round two for?
Let's go round two.
Walker the third.
Very good.
Yes.
See, I told you guys if you slowed your roll,
Well, I had to look
you
and
figure this out.
get
Jared,
back.
I'll give you another guess.
Let's see if I can get another top five. I'm going to go with Damian Pierce.
Number four.
Nice.
Yeah, good guess. I like Pierce this week because
Brees Hall is third.
I think Pierce is a great run back with the Adams Carr pairing that I think is going to be very popular this week.
Yeah.
Who was third? Brees Hall?
Brees Hall.
Okay.
Pierce fourth, Mixon fifth, Saquon sixth, or Saquon, as Emmy would say. Austin Eckler's eighth, Taylor, and then Fournette and Aaron Jones round out the top 10.
All good plays.
Yeah.
All those are
There's
good plays.
one player that's missing from the top 10 that I have a feeling Jared and I are going to be very high on this week.
Is that Swift?
Swift might not play.
Derrick Henry?
Yep.
Derrick Henry, yes, he's against the Colts.
Coming off a bye.
Yep.
Yeah. He's
Cheapest he's been all year,
Yeah.
I believe.
traditionally big play, Derrick Henry against the Colts, right?
He does well against the Colts.
And usually he does well when people aren't on him. And it doesn't seem like people are on him that much this week.
I think
So
that
just a little
it's
precursor maybe.
becoming. I think it's becoming a time-honored tradition to pay down at running back and pay up at wide receiver for daily builds lately. Is that fair to say?
I think that's fair.
Yep. It seems very wide receiver focused.
Okay. Well, should we start building?
No, wide receiver, tight end.
Oh, we haven't done wide receiver. Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize.
You're good.
I'm going Tyler Lockett as my guess for wide receiver.
Tyler Lockett. Before I say the one that's obviously is the one that I'd say,
He's not going to be number one.
he might be top 5 though.
Who?
St. Brown.
St. Brown.
No.
What?
I don't think he's a popular play. He's still priced up like he's scoring 30 a week, you know.
7,100. I mean, that's pretty good for compared to like an Adams or a Chase or a Hill.
Okay, well, why don't you try a guess that might actually be correct then?
I'm gonna go with. Man, I don't really like any of this. Let's see here.
It's just a tough slate.
I don't know. Metcalf maybe. Is he up there?
This is what DFS why it drives me crazy is we were all over Geno, Lockett, Metcalf last week.
But this is the week to play him, right?
Well, they're number 2 and number 5.
No. So which one was Metcalf 2?
Lockett was number 2. Metcalf is number 5.
Okay.
So who's number 1?
CeeDee Lamb.
Ooh.
CeeDee Lamb against Detroit. All right.
Well, I guess that makes sense with
Yeah.
Dude, he's getting targets out the wazoo.
He's the only great wide receiver that will just drop a catch, though.
True. It is true.
He would strike you in the heart with that.
Hold on.
Finish
Drake
it.
London is 3rd.
Ooh, just another one who, I mean, I'm debating whether to play him in season long or not.
Okay. Chris Godwin was 4th. Metcalf 5th. Romeo Dubs 6th. Cortland Sutton will not play Cortland Sutton. Debo Samuel, Cooks, and Garrett Wilson round out the top 10.
Did I hear that Cortland Sutton has made the permanent marker board?
Sutton has.
So it sounds like it from what he said.
Dude, I'm not touching a Denver skill position player maybe for the rest of the year.
I'm on the same
I
page.
I'd be willing to commit for 2 years almost.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
As sad as it makes me say it, I am on the same page. I don't want any part of that.
their offense just looks
Just
awful.
terrible.
Before we move into tight end, we got a quick question from Jeb Armstrong. Thanks for coming back with us, Jeb. Hey, guys. Shout out. Start Kyle Pitts or Tyson Hill this week. Also, I'm being offered Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, Gabe Davis, and Michael Thompson for Jonathan Taylor. Should I
That
accept?
sounds like a Michael Goins trade.
Yes.
Does it
Yeah,
not?
All
It
these
does.
pieces for
My other
one guy.
running backs are Hall and Barkley, and my other wide receivers are Godwin and Sutton. Well, first of all, good job on building a good team. I would go with Pitts over Hill at the tight end position.
Yep.
What do you think, Juice? It's a toss-up. I think
I think it's closer than we think.
Pitts has got a good matchup in Cincinnati, I think, finally. Who's New Orleans play?
They play tonight, don't they?
Yeah, they
Yep.
play tonight, and
They play Arizona tonight.
they still didn't know who was going to start Winston or...
It's in New Orleans, right?
It is.
I feel like Taysom Hill, when he goes off, it's usually in the dome in New Orleans.
Right.
Right? I mean, do you want your guaranteed 5 points from Kyle Pitts, or do you want to roll the dice with Taysom Hill?
Yeah.
That's the question I think you should ask.
Do you think Hill's going to outscore Pitts as far as fantasy points by the end of the year?
Maybe. I mean, dude, Pitts
No,
just
I think
is.
Pitts is going to have some big games.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, I do.
I love Pitts, but
On the trade offer, I'm really liking the Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, Gabe Davis, Michael Thompson side of that as long as you got the roster to absorb that for Jonathan Taylor. I mean, that's a lot. I'm assuming point per reception.
Right. Gives you a lot of options.
Indy's line is bad right now.
Yeah, and Jonathan's just banged up.
He is.
Well, he didn't even want to play last week.
Yeah.
He just said, my body wasn't feeling it.
I would go with
Standard. Okay.
Okay.
I
love Gabe Davis. That's tough. It's tougher than I thought if it's only
Here's
State.
my problem is you're being offered Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon.
That just takes up a roster spot.
You have to make a decision every week.
Yeah, I have that in a couple weeks.
Which one to go with, and you could be wrong every week.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, so I try and avoid those types of situations, whereas Jonathan Taylor, you're just probably going to plug him in most weeks and just
Yeah,
hope he...
if it was per point reception, Gabe Davis would have a lot more value.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you stay put with for Taylor.
Let's move back to guess the chalk here. We haven't used this today.
He does have Hall and Barkley also.
Yes. Well, nice team.
Yeah, very good team.
Okay, tight end chalk. I'm going to go with Noah Fant. No problem.
No dice.
That's not the number one?
No.
Is it because it's Will Disley?
Negatory.
The Seattle game's been popular on the chalk list. What are you going with there, Jared? I'm calling you Juice.
Let's see here. I'm gonna go.
Just say
with,
Hawkinson.
Everett.
Ooh, that's not a bad guess, actually.
No.
Tanyan.
What is it? Just Kelsey again?
No.
Tanyan.
No.
Njoku.
Just tell us who it is. Put us that over.
Greg Dulcich.
Oh, what? I have to Google him. I have no idea who this is.
He's from the Denver Broncos.
Ah,
Albert Okwuegbunam, I guess, is being reportedly shopped around.
Is he worth how much is he? 1,900?
$2,500.
so
He's
he's
a
as cheap.
dumpster dive.
Yep, as cheap as it gets.
Your guys aren't going to get this. So Dulcich is 1, Andrews is 2, Pitts is 3rd, Evan Ingram is 4th, Hayden Hurst is 5th, and then George Kittle, Cade Otton, Schultz is making a return, and then Kelsey, and then Tunyon.
All right.
Tight end. Like quarterback position.
Tight end has sucked this year.
It has.
Just been brutal.
I do really believe in that $4,000 tight end curse. That it's hard. You either got to play the dirt or pay up and try to get some points out of one of the good ones, right?
Yeah. I don't
It's
disagree
just so
with
hard to pick out of Njoku, Tanyan, Everett. Which one's going to go off that week, right? Hawkinson.
Oh, you know who else went off last week randomly?
Who?
Mike Gesicki.
Yeah, where'd
Oh,
that
yeah.
come from?
I mean, hello, Mike
uh,
Gesicki. Welcome back to the NFL.
My best ball teams are gonna
What do you have? He had 24.9 fantasy
He had
points.
2
last week.
touchdowns, 7 targets, 6 catches, 69 yards.
Yeah,
Crazy.
For a guy they said they might trade because they.
Amazing.
Okay, you guys ready to start building?
Yep.
Are we?
Yeah.
I don't know why I hit that button. It's not a good sign with the buttons don't work.
No, everything's back.
Okay, I just wanted to get that one out. Okay, we're gonna build our team. As you guys know, we play in Rays League, which is a Sunday Monday slate for you DFS necks. We didn't talk in the 50-cent pieces. We generally distinguish about the Sunday night and Monday game. What does Sunday Monday give us this week? We got at night. What's the Sunday night? Is Pittsburgh Miami?
Pittsburgh, Miami. Monday night is Chicago, New England.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
But that Stevenson, that's puts Stevenson in the mix. Stevenson, who we didn't talk about, was 50% owned in Rays League, right?
Yep.
He got there. Took him a bit to get there, but
We talked about Stevenson last week.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We were on the right plays last week. I want to throw this out there. I think we discussed a lot of good plays. We just, the Seattle game was just a massive disappointment for
Yeah,
us.
and when
That's
you-
all.
It was
You
lock
build
it in
around
it.
the game.
Yeah.
It's hard. Okay. We haven't discussed this. Jared, you've got the producer stick over there. I feel like David Carr. Now, looking at the pricing a little more closely, I don't know that David Carr is a lock and
Derek
load.
Carr?
Whatever his name is. Derek Carr. is a lock and load. He has a brother, as we know. Derek Carr, 5,900. It's hard to beat paired with Adams. Running it back with Pierce just seems like a good, solid build from this slate to me. But I'm not demanding that be played, and
Wait a
I
minute.
certainly don't think it's a lock.
Start off. Who are you saying?
I
we
think-
had a couple questions.
Carr, Adams, running it back with Pierce is a very solid way to start this lineup this week.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's lock and load by any means, but that's where I can't seem to build teams without that build in it. What about you, Jared?
I like that call a lot. I think Adams is going to have a great week. Carr's in a great situation to beat a team that sucks at defense, and Pierce is top 10 this week, so I can't argue against it.
What do you think? Argue against it, because I'm not sold on
arguing
it.
against it at all.
This
Here's
is
where
I'm
the
the guy
thing.
sitting in last, so I'm not have any confidence of selling my stuff this week.
I am going to live in the $6,500 to $5,800 price range at running back this week, meaning that I think you can play a bunch of guys in that range.
I agree.
Build good lineups, good nucleuses. But I mean, let's look at some of the guys. You got Josh Jacobs, who's number one, projected owned at running back this week. Damian Pierce, Ramondre Stevenson, Brees Hall. You go down a little bit further.
Walker
Kenneth
the third.
Walker the third at 5,800. I mean, I think you could play
Three of those.
all of those guys.
Well, those are the guys
yeah.
I was picking from last week. I had Singletary in there because I liked Singletary as a play last week. He's not an option this week. He must be their bye week, right? Buffalo's on a bye. I was picking last week between Walker, Singletary, Stevenson, and those were tough choices.
We were on Singletary last week, by the way.
We were, yeah. That was
He
one
had
of our.
he had a good week.
He was one of our plays. The other running back I liked going into Sunday was Henderson once Akers was ruled
Yeah.
out. So also on a bye week this week. Okay, so it sounds like nobody necessarily has any must plays this week. There's nothing that
I think a healthy St. Brown with no Swift seems like a must play, even at 7,100. I mean, it's St. Brown with no
Okay,
Swift.
let's table that because I want to come back to that. Let's answer these questions real quick.
Okay. First of all, this one's going to take a while. Sup, fellas? Need some help on a blockbuster. We like blockbusters. My running backs are Barkley. Can you read that?
Saquon, Brees, Mixon, Ramondre, Kenneth Walker. Wide receivers are
Hopkins.
Jacoby, Mooney, Doubs, Gallup, full PPR redraft. Trade Saquon for Waddle and Godwin.
Ooh.
Yes, I would say.
You definitely need receiver help.
Yeah, you need receiver help, and I think Saquon is a little bit banged up right now.
And you can get away with the other three.
Yeah, you
really
could
easily.
you could
four,
rotate those
excuse me.
four receivers.
Yeah, I got to pull
Okay.
up the chat just to remember all this.
Yeah,
He Breeze, Mixon, Stevenson, Walker give you the freedom to trade
Yeah.
Saquon. Now, obviously, you're going to try to maximize Barkley, so you may shop it around until you get the best two wide receivers you can get. But Waddle, Godwin's not two bad ones.
no, I love it. I would.
And what's the name of the guy that asked that? I'm having trouble
That
saying.
is Brock
Brock.
Gus.
Brock. Thank you, Brock.
Brock, I do that trade, buddy. I think that makes your team overall better.
We start two running backs, two receivers, two flexes. Okay.
Okay.
So like high stakes style. High stakes starts three wide receivers. but-
Randy Miller, is Ramondre a buy? Yes. Ramondre for Tua and ATN. I'd be giving up Tua and ATN. I would prefer-
definitely do Stevenson for that.
I don't know what your rest of your team looks
I
like.
definitely think Etienne is a trending upwards, and I think Tua could be a great quarterback. But there's probably waiver wire quarterbacks that are just as valuable as Tua, and two, Etienne straight for Stevenson is a definite doer. Yeah, I'd definitely do that trade.
So one thing you got to think about on that, I don't think Damian Harris is out for the year. So when he comes back, he loses some value.
Would you do Etienne for? Yeah, I think Stevenson's the better back over Etienne going forward. So he offered another version of the trade there, redraft PPR. Yeah, good trades. Thoughts, Juice?
I mean, I love Ramondre.
Me too.
I just like him.
Moving
So,
forward, standalone. Even if Harris is healthy, he's a good back. My concern is Damian Harris.
Yeah,
I agree.
Jared just said the same
Yep.
thing. I agree with that. I just kind of feel like Ramondre, they know what Damian Harris is. I think they're still figuring out what Ramondre is. Ramondre has a much higher ceiling.
And you're coming from guys who watched Stevenson play in college.
Yeah.
He was a great back at OU. He was suspended the first 8 games of the year, his last year, and when he got back in the lineup, he killed it.
He's a beast.
Yeah. Anyway, good questions. We appreciate him.
Okay, Jared was talking about his boy, the Sun
St.
God.
Brown.
He
yep,
was trying
God.
to. I don't hear the passion in St. Brown as being a lock and load. He's offering it. I don't. Jared, are you passionate about him being? You want to see if he naturally fits, or do you want to call him a?
I won't yet,
Okay,
but it's up there.
Jared, you've heard my quarterback wide receiver combo. Juice is going to let us have his before he gives us his. What is your stack of the week?
I don't have a stack of the week.
But you're going to have to come up with something for this team.
Well, I'm going to say
You may have somebody
at
naked.
first glance.
Hold
on.
No stacking, maybe.
No, hold on. I don't think this is a stack week. I don't like the quarterbacks with the receivers. I don't love. I do like mini stacks, and I do like the idea of Amon-Ra, who I think people are sort of off of this week, and running him back with CeeDee Lamb.
So that's your stack that you like.
It's a little mini stack.
Would you
Look at that. We've already got St. Brown in the lineup.
would you play Dak or Goff with that, or
I don't know. I don't know yet. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't love quarterback this week. I think we can build in the mid range and be pretty happy with our teams.
You want to try Carr and see where we get with?
We could.
yeah, we could do that.
Do we want to try to squeeze Adams in with this? I mean, that would be a killer
That would be
wide receiver
amazing wide receivers.
Let's just see what this.
Yeah,
leaves us.
let's go to our defense and figure out what cheap defense we're going
We're
with.
we're gonna really have to.
4,300 with those 3 in car.
So what was that $2,500 tight end this week?
Dulcich.
Let's just. Okay, what cheap defense do you guys like? Seahawks, me too. They're 2,200. I don't hate the Panthers, by the way.
I love the Jets against the Denver Broncos.
Oh yeah, it's great.
$2,600.
Let's do it.
$2,600. I'm already
I mean,
sold.
they're not dirt cheap, but they're pretty cheap.
I mean, look at their history so
yeah.
far. The Jets,
Yeah.
they keep scoring points,
Yeah,
and it's Denver this week.
it's Denver.
You want
Correct.
to, how do you spell that chalk tight end's name?
Dulcich, Dulcich.
Do we want to stick the chalk? I mean,
can-
he's
we can
averaging
try-
12.4 points a game, and he's cheap as shit. He allows us to do what we were thinking about doing with some hope. So right now, as it stands, I have Carr, Pierce, Adams, Lamb, St. Brown, Dulcich, Jets D.
Yep, and we got 5,400 for the rest of the spots.
We're
Yeah,
gonna have to find
I have
cheap
5.
running back somewhere.
so Walker is what 5,100 still,
5,800.
5,800. Stevenson is 63. Okay,
We're going to have to play one cheap player somewhere in here if we're going to do this.
We really are.
we got Brian Robinson at 5,500 against Green Bay.
I mean, I'm looking at 5,400 is what we have left. So we're gonna have to find some cheap guy somewhere.
What do I have different than you guys? I have Carr, Pierce, Adams, Lamb, St. Brown, Dulcich, Jets, right?
Oh well, I don't have Pearson yet.
Oh, do you want me to take Pierce out?
Yeah, I didn't put Pearson.
I put Pearson as the run back to Adams and Carr.
Okay, well we might play him, but we need to save free
okay.
up some salary.
So when we go to the flex and see if there's like a
Yeah,
cheap wide receiver, because then we'll know what we can spend on running back. Because there's not really a cheap running back this week.
What's Nico Collins this week?
You like Nico Collins this week?
I mean, he's just a good run back on what we have, and he's probably going to be dirt cheap, right?
He's 4,200.
He seems to be one that has production in him.
He gets 7 targets a week. He just hasn't been in the end zone yet, I don't think. Maybe once. But it's got to happen eventually.
What do you think? He's questionable. I don't like the questionable tag. If he's questionable, who would be the third receiver in Houston?
I'm not sure.
I mean,
And honestly, if he's questionable, it just makes Pierce seem better.
yeah, it does. Or Cook, right?
Yeah, or Cook. I don't even see a dude Chris Moore, I guess, is the next guy that's popping up for Houston.
I like Duvernay as a cheap
also like
play.
Romeo Dubs.
I do, but he's moved up to almost 5
Oh,
grand.
you know a guy we could plug in at the flex that's pretty cheap, that's getting some good run is Wandale Robinson.
Yeah. He had a great game last week.
Yeah, he had 4 targets, a touchdown, and 37 yards.
And then now we can start kind of looking at the running back a little bit.
4,500.
I definitely think we should go Kenneth Walker.
I think Walker's a good play this week.
5,800. Yep, we got 6,100 left.
We're going to have to go even cheaper, I think. I would like, God, if we can get Brees Hall.
That's who I thought you wanted.
We're only 100 short for Brees Hall.
Brees Hall and Walker were 100 short.
Yeah, so I mean we could try to find something even cheaper than Robinson because I'd rather have Brees Hall and Walker than Rondell Moore.
There's some 4,200 wide receivers that interest me. Let me put those out there. What about Godwin for Seattle? What did he do last week?
Godwin for Seattle.
Goodwin.
Goodwin. Oh, let me see here. He did 4.6 fantasy points on 2 targets.
See, I mean, there's that.
That seems like a lock and load to me.
I like Zacharias. I like OZ this week too.
If Jahan Dotson were to play, I don't mind him. No, he's questionable.
What about playing like a tight end in the flex, like Tanyan? Tanyan had 8 targets last week?
Yeah.
Tanyan, he had 12 targets last week.
He's only 4,100.
19 fantasy points, 90 yards, 10
I just hate
reception.
playing 2 tight ends.
Yeah,
It's
it's
rough.
they're against Washington.
If we did, no, let's see.
Like I have a lot of confidence in every single spot here. So I don't really want to move this around other than the
we
tight
could
end.
go with another guy that's been solid for the most part is Zay Jones,
What is he, 4,200?
4,400, and that would get us Brees Hall.
Against the Giants.
So I already had Brees Hall in.
Yep.
So we'd have Kenneth Walker. So what I'd have is Derek Carr, Kenneth Walker,
There we go.
Brees Hall, St. Brown, CD, Devontae, Dulcich, Zay Jones, and then the Jets.
I like this team. I think our receiving core has a huge ceiling, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
we just don't have a run back with Houston, but I don't know if we necessarily need it.
I mean,
if Nico Collins comes back as healthy, I think I'd rather play him than Zay Jones,
Let's see.
which he's 4,200. I like that game for him.
The injury report of the season. Yeah, he's. You know what? That doesn't. I don't mind that.
maybe we're still going to play Walker, right?
Yeah, that leaves everything
Yeah.
the same. We actually have $200 left.
Now we just decide: do we like Brees Hall, Pierce, or Stevenson?
I like Hall with our matching Hall with the defense.
I just like Hall in general.
I think I'm trying to find a way to play New England's defense with Stevenson in my lineup.
Yeah,
Just because I think that's a great matchup.
they're just too expensive. The Patriots.
I like Pierce, Stevenson, and Hall. I think they're all 3 great backs.
Yeah, well, that's what we saw. That's what we talked about initially. It's like all those running backs are good.
Yeah. I wish we could almost play all 3 of them, but I understand why we wouldn't. CD's wearing a questionable tag too, by the way, guys, just to keep our eyes open on that.
Yeah.
Yep, with a hip injury, it looks like it's minor and he's projected to play, but they're still watching it.
I mean, I'm looking here.
If we wanted to pay, we could do something where we pay down at wide receiver. We could play like Hollins if we wanted to get up to like Henry at running back or something like that. I like the wide receivers, though, that we're playing.
Yeah.
Adams, Lamb, and Brown. We could always go down to like Mac Hollins as a cheap wide receiver play.
You're also forgetting we got the Sun God there too.
Yeah.
He's not a chump.
No, I'm saying Lamb, Adams, and Brown are
St. Brown.
St. Brown are a great threesome. I mean, it gives us a 100-point floor, right? Or
Yeah.
ceiling, I would think, with those guys.
I mean, Dulcich is chalk, but he's 2,500. He doesn't need to do much.
Nope. If he gets us 8 points, we're not upset about that.
If he gets us 8 points, I think we'd be very happy.
Yeah.
I mean, Kenneth Walker, I think Seattle should be able to move the ball on the Chargers, so I think he should have opportunities to score.
Yeah, Walker's a good start. It's a big pivot. I think Eckler's going to be pretty highly played this week. So playing the other side of that is a good pivot off of playing Eckler.
Yeah.
I think Stevenson will be very high played. I think Pierce in our league will be very high played. Hall. I think we're on the right running backs.
Yeah.
It's just picking a favorite, right? I kind of like Hall.
I like this lineup. I will tell you that I'm going to go a different route in Ray's league.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to play Henry.
I can see why. I think I'm going to play Eckler is who I'm going to play.
Yeah. I'm going to try and fit in Henry. I like the matchup. I like the fact he's been on a bye.
Do we want to try to fit Henry in this lineup? We can do.
The only way I think we could fit Henry in the lineup is if
go
we
down
take
on
out-
Adams.
If we go down on Adams and almost we get rid of Carr. I mean, and I don't know if I want to do that. I like the lineup. We don't have to play the same lineup.
No, I understand. I just want to play the best lineup,
Yeah.
right? So, Jared, what do you think? You like what we got, or do you?
Yeah, I like. I yeah.
Do you want to try something? I kind of forced the quarterback combo, and you want to try something different at quarterback?
No, I mean I like Carr against Houston. I mean I'd love to get Derrick Henry in here, but I don't have to have him because this lineup looks
Who do you
great.
think?
You want to hear my Rays lineup that I built?
Sure.
I put Lamar at quarterback,
See, I like that.
Brees Hall,
Yeah.
Ramondre. I'm running Lamar back with Amari Cooper. I've got Zay Jones, Wandale, Dallas Schultz, Derrick Henry, and the Jets D.
Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz, yeah, sorry. Dalton Schultz.
Boy, he's due a big game, right?
Well, he's been injured, and I think with Prescott being back, he's
Yep.
3,600. I know we like him.
I got stuck on Schultz. So what was the rest of that?
Derrick Henry and the Jets.
I like that.
Yeah, I
But
like that.
it's a
lot.
way different build, and like this is very different from what I usually build. I just don't love the game stack so much this week. I don't feel good about any of it.
Like meaning having to play one game a lot
Yeah.
for components from one
Yeah.
game.
I mean, I like the safety of Lamar because he's
Good on his own.
good on his own. He can do a multiple variety of ways.
And you didn't pair him with anybody. You just
I did
ran
not.
him back.
Just ran him back.
Yeah.
I ran him back with Amari Cooper on the other side.
Did you consider running back Chubb at all, or
I mean, I could, but I just love Henry's game script
no.
much this week.
I think Henry's a good play this
I
week.
I
really
like the
can't-
fact he's low owned.
Yeah, and I really can't not play him when he plays the Colts. His two of his historically amazing games were against the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's just a gut. I usually get Derek wrong, but knowing that you're on him makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I like the lineup we've got.
I like the line we have. Henry just kind of gives you that. It just depends where you're trying to get. I could easily do this lineup differently, pay down from Adams.
I mean, we could essentially just put Collins where Adams is and put Henry in the flex
Yeah,
if that felt better.
that's what. Or how much is Matt Collins this week?
I'm not sure, but I
He's probably fairly cheap.
Yeah,
think he's
he's-
also got a questionable tag. He's
Oh, he does.
He's $400 more.
No,
than
we don't
Nico
want a
Collins.
banged up Matt
And
Collins.
I think Renfro is back. I
Yeah.
believe.
So that day, okay. Yeah, if we're gonna play Carr, you definitely want to play Adams this week, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep, I'm happy with
I mean, I
that.
think I don't really want to run a naked car.
Definitely don't want to run naked
Right,
Carr.
right.
Definitely don't know that. I mean, I could play Adams without Carr, right? But there's not a whole lot much cheaper at quarterback that we're going to go down to, right?
Well, Tua is the same price.
He is.
Jared Goff is $100 cheaper.
Yeah. that's-
Geno Smith, I guess everyone's on him. He's 5,600, and then everybody else is not that intriguing.
well,
mean-
let's stick with Carr. Jared, if you decide you want to get Henry in the lineup, I have no opposition to doing like you said, put Collins in the wide receiver spot. Right, just do Carr with Collins, run back, and then play Henry. Right.
Yep.
I mean, if we want a double condom like Daniel Jones, like New York is.
I thought he's on the permanent marker board. I
certainly-
was the first name.
I mean,
I don't like playing him, but
Here's
you know
the
what?
thing, though. I mean, again, I said double condom for a reason, right? It's 14, 12, 21, 14, and 13 fantasy points. And he's 5K. I mean,
Yeah.
he does what you need him to do.
I like him this year. I think they're winning games. He's playing solid. I don't know that he's going to free up enough though to play. That's only what $900 difference, right?
Yeah, that's $800 difference.
We'd need something drastic to get Henry in this lineup.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me just test this real quick because I'm interested. Henry is 82. So with that, we would have 57. That's getting rid of Nico Collins, and that gives us 5,700 for a wide receiver on the other spot. But
That's not. Oh, so you took Jones. You put
I
Jones
put
in.
Daniel Jones in, took out Adams, put Henry at the flex, and took Nico out of the flex, and now we have an open wide receiver spot with 5,700.
So you put Henry in.
Yeah. Which London's available at 54.
Or Schuster Smith.
Yep.
Smith
Or
Schuster.
Robert Woods, but we're playing Henry though, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't,
And I guess my favorite one out of what I'm seeing would probably be London, right?
yeah, but I don't love London this week. I'd probably end up playing Myers, to be honest.
How did
Jacoby
he do?
Myers.
Yeah, he just was healthy last week. How do you do? He got 4 targets, 10 fantasy points, 60 yards, 4 receptions.
We played against him in cash. I like the build we did.
Yep,
I
that's
do
fine
too.
with me. Yep.
I do too. I like it.
Okay. So just so we finalize it, we're going to put Nico back in there.
Yep.
We're going to put Adams in there. And we're going to put Carr back in there, right?
Yep.
Unless for some reason somebody likes Tua better going against Pittsburgh. I just think that's a high variance play. Okay. Well, let's talk about some favorites. Let's talk about favorite wide receiver under $5,000. Obviously, we discussed some of them. 5 or under. So if you want to do Romeo Dobbs, I'm fine with that. Jared, why don't you start us off?
I think Pickens against Miami for
Okay.
Pittsburgh.
Pickens against Miami. That's not a bad one.
That's 4,600 this week.
What am I going to guess? I'm going to go with. I was looking around. I like Duvernay at 4,500.
Bateman may be back this week.
Who?
Rashad Bateman.
Bateman. I still think Duvernay is just a good football player.
That actually might help Duvernay out,
Yeah.
to be honest. I also, if I can give another one that I
Yeah,
sort of
please
like.
give us another one.
I think
I like.
Garrett Wilson, I think, is interesting.
Yeah.
And Valdez Scaling. He had, I think, 2 touchdowns called back last week in that game. So,
I also like OZ this week.
Scaling for Kansas City?
yeah.
I
He had
think
2?
OZ's
I didn't
slowly
watch-
kind of building
The
it.
2 that came back.
Oh my goodness, that's frustrating.
Yeah.
I think Zach. Is it Zach? What is OZ's last name? Zacchaeus.
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 Olamide Zacchaeus, a pivot legend.
He is,
Yeah.
and I think he's kind of coming on.
What did you do last week? 4
I
targets?
call him Olamide Zero Zacchaeus. Because he got us a 0.
Yeah,
He
if,
did.
Played him that one.
if
definitely
we're
got us
ever
a 0.
excited about Zacchaeus, that's your cue to not play him.
Yeah.
Well, I like him this week, so fade him.
Lead him at your own risk.
Let's go favorite running back over 7,000. So we talked a lot about the running backs all in the same price range. We've talked about we like Henry. I love Eckler. I think Eckler's in a crush spot. I think he'll be low owned because I think a lot of people will be playing Walker the third, which means they don't want to play Eckler per
Yeah.
se. Yeah, I like him.
My favorite one is Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
at
it's a good call.
8,200.
What about you, Juice?
I mean, I love Derrick Henry, but I think 2 guys I like are Nick Chubb and Uncle Lenny.
Yeah, Lenny's just keep playing great. I keep fading Buccaneers players and players playing against the Buccaneers, and I keep getting last because of it. Okay. We did.
We did wide receiver and running back so far.
Let's do. All the quarterbacks suck. Let's not talk about quarterback. Let's do tight end under $4,000. Who's the? I mean, we talked about the one dirt play of Dulich.
Talked about the chalk, yeah.
Well, I think he's actually a great play for his money. Looking at his numbers. Who else we like? Is there any other dirt tight end that we can get away with?
Juice already said his name, but Schultz, 3,600 against Detroit.
Talking about guys who've got me zeros in DFS lineups so far this year. I took a Schultz risk thinking he was back, but we think he's back this time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's, no questionable tag.
Here's another guy that I don't know might even be better than Dulcich. And it really squarely depends on if Cameron Brate's out. But if Cameron Brate's out, I'll go right back to Cade Otton.
Yeah. What do they want for him this week?
2,700. And he'd fit in the lineup we built because we had $200 left.
He's good, dude. I mean, he's just like Brady likes him.
Yeah. And Brady loves having a tight end. I think Brady is definitely not going to play after seeing him get clobbered last weekend. So
he's going to be on my radar if Brade's out.
Yeah, we'll have to pay attention to that. I'm fine with that if that's what we want to do.
I like it. Okay, guys. Well, we built a good lineup. I think we got what else? I think we got a few more minutes here. Give us any discussion topics. We're about third away from the season. You guys want to? What are your big surprises so far in the fantasy this season? Let's talk about our top surprise of the fantasy first third of the season.
Well, I have a sad one. I'm just amazed that Elijah Moore is doing absolutely nothing this season.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of talk about Elijah Moore. Is he just not as talented as we hoped, or is he just getting got put on a stack?
No, everything I'm reading and everything that I'm seeing, he runs good routes. Last week, Zach Wilson only threw like 10 passes, so it's more just, I guess.
I missed the Flacco days already, right?
Yeah. It's just with Wilson, they're just not
what
doing
about
much.
you, Juice? What's your big surprise for the first half?
How low scoring this year's been.
It really has, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's been rough. I mean, like it's it's variance. I always think that like NFL, like there's not that much variance. There's so much variance.
There
in
is.
NFL.
There've been. I mean, every year I'm shocked by in season long how the injuries just pile on,
The other
just
thing I was
one
gonna
after
say,
the other.
Matt, is that like last night was really the first main slate in NBA,
Right.
And it got me really thinking about NFL, about like that. A lot of times we just look at chalk and we just assume it's good,
Right.
and if you just really look a little bit further, there's a play right around that price
Right.
that's just as good,
Right.
way lower owned, and usually hits. Like the dude from Indianapolis last week, I didn't even think about him.
The running back Jackson?
I didn't
Yeah.
even consider him.
And I don't know why, but they had no other running back to play.
Right. I mean, like, so why wouldn't we pivot from
Benjamin.
from Benjamin to that guy?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's just natural.
Look
you know?
outside the box a little
Yeah.
bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that low scoring season. It seems like these games. Did you see Romo predicted the final score of the Bills?
No.
He did?
He
Can't
was
see any-
was all over that game, by the way.
He said this is going to be low scoring. It's going to be 24-21, and that's
Yeah.
exactly what it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, enjoy the show. Sorry about we had a little break. We'll get it edited together.
I blame Jared for jinxing us.
Yep.
At
Yep.
yeah.
11:46 a.m.
Juice even said that to me.
Yeah.
He said, "You just jinxed us."
We got one guy.
We gotta remember
Quick
this
question
time.
here: are you all starting D Hop over Brandon Cooks and Etienne?
I mean, I guess Derek Hopkins, he's coming back.
Over Brandon Cooks and ETN. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably do that.
Yeah. Say hi to your buddy Jay there.
What's up, Jay?
Who Juice Nation's got some fans.
Yeah, he's my little buddy at the Tulsa FC games.
Nice. Okay, guys, we're gonna hit the button and get out of here. We'll see you next week. Hopefully, I feel like we got some 200 points right around the corner here on Sunday.
Yep.
Feeling good about this lineup,
Feeling great.
Juice?
No, which makes me feel good about it. I don't feel good about anything this week.
No, I agree. I have not. Tough slate to build. I think I'm going to try to play some stars and scrubs. I think I'm going to take some chances on some scrubs this week.
I think this was very helpful for me personally because, like, just talking through this with you guys, like, opened up my eyes about a lot of plays. Because I've been struggling making lineups this week.
I like that we got St. Brown. I do think the Detroit Dallas game is, if for the noon start games, is by far the best. So.
Yeah, we got 2 injured quarterbacks, fully healthy, ready to go.
I noticed
and
we won't know most about our lineup till 3 o'clock. Almost all our games are 3 o'clock games. So
Yep.
I love that.
yeah, I did too.
Love
It
that.
seems to be common. Okay, I'm going to hit the button. We're going to get out of here. Thank you, Vast Bank. Thank you for the loyal listeners. Thank you guys for the questions. Thank you, Jay, for loving Julio like we do.
Hit
Thank
that
you.
like and subscribe button.
Yes.
Yeah, Jay, hit the like and subscribe, buddy.
We're building a little bit here. We're going to do some. Are we doing some shorts this week?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to get some shorts out. Am I doing prop till you drop tonight?
Yes. Can you get it to me
I can
in
do it
like
right
2
now.
hours?
Also, I was a little ambitious on the subscribers for the cash game plays.
Right.
We said 150.
Right.
We probably weren't going to get there in 2 days.
Oh,
If we can get to 130 by Sunday morning,
you're going to release the cash game
I will
lineup?
release the cash game.
Cash
lineup.
game lineup scored over 150 last week,
It's been
correct?
fire like
Yeah.
the last few
Nice.
weeks.
Well, we got
So,
3 during the show today, so we're only 7 away.
Jay, like the subscribe. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Jay.
that.
You're the best.
I think the
Okay,
price up
we're
to
going to get out of
24.
here. Please come watch next week. It looks like we'll be here, I'm guessing, on a Thursday, I think.
Yeah.
So-
I'll be in town.
Okay, I can't commit yet, but I think so. Okay, we'll get out of here.
See you guys.
Good job. Good comeback.
Yeah.
Good lineup.
I like
fun.
it.
It's funny. You're like when we start building, it's like I have no idea where we're going.
Boom.
Oh, yeah. See